Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a video I'm not even sure will become a video, so I'm recording this just after finishing the last run, well, actually several hours later after I had some sleep, and I edited the video down, it's now rendering in the background, and I decided I wanted to do just one more playthrough before the new DLC, so this makes the third time I've said, oh, it's the last video, and then it isn't, if you're actually seeing this. Again, I don't know if I have enough time for this, but I will be having a lot of fun regardless. So today, we are playing the Swarm Dragon Horde, the Devouring Swarm with bonus naval capacity. In terms of traits, we are going for only energy and minerals as our bonuses. People won't like us as much because we are repugnant, but again, we are the Devouring Swarm, which I'll explain more of in a second, so that really doesn't matter, and we are sedentary, which again, isn't really a huge negative. We are going to be a very, very powerful species, at least in terms of our economy. So the Devouring Swarm, what does this do? Well, we simply can't engage in any form of diplomacy, at least none of the major ways. We have the Hunger ability, which means we can go to war with enemies whenever we like, and we can take their systems and planets without claiming them. Well, I say whenever we like, truces and stuff still occur, but you get the idea, far less setup for a war. When we eat a xenopopulace, we get society research, and we will eat every last population on a planet until it is barren and lifeless, except for our dragon kin. Our ships get a bonus of 25% hull points. They heal consistently, very similar to living metal, so essentially we begin with the living metal bonus. Our star bases are far cheaper, in fact it's 50% cheaper. Our armies are 40% stronger. We research biology 20% faster. Our ships are 25% cheaper in terms of the ship cost itself, and our naval capacity is already increased, and then of course being increased more later. So the downside is everyone will hate us, a minus 1,000 modifier, so enemies will be very aggressive very early, and that is really the downside. Everyone will be trying to kill us, because although we can go to war freely, they can also go to war freely with us with the exact same rule set. I believe it's called something like end the threat, or something like that, or containment when they attack us, so yeah. The ruler is hive mind gluttony. And so with that, and as you can tell, a little bit rushed, let's get going. Okay, what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to be keeping the same rules as before, except the crisis strength is going all the way to 5. This is the maximum strength you can have for the crisis. The AI for the enemy is still at Grand Admiral, which is the highest, and I will be keeping the years the same. Okay, let's see if this becomes a video or not. And so we begin in the outer area of the galaxy. So with this run, it's really going to be made or broken by the start we get, because this entire empire is all about how fast can I expand, how many planets can I get, and then how early can I go to war. If all of these things go well, then it's going to be an absolute steamroll. If all of these things go badly, then there's not much else to fall back on. It is very much on the start. Now, because we are the Devouring Swarm, our ships are a bit stronger than they tend to look. At least, that's how I felt about them to begin with. Now, I shouldn't have done that. What I just did was a very silly mistake. I just queued up 2 buildings, when I could have instead did that, and then over here, I could go ahead and put down our monument. So I'm doing double the things for the same price. That's a very nice first world. Okay, good start, good start. We are, of course, starting with expansion, even though so far we haven't moved away from our starting system. There's been so many things to upgrade. Also, did I just get this ship and then, like, not give it orders? Yes, I did. Wait, no, this is the original ship. I had orders queued up, I'm sure of. I'm going mad. I'm going utterly bananas. Okay, so how much is this going to cost us, I wonder? It should be very, very cheap because of the bonus from being a hive mind, from being a devouring swarm. 37, well that's very cheap, and soon I'm going to make it even cheaper. Lovely. So we found our neighbour, and naturally because of the bonuses that the AI are currently getting on max difficulty, they have overwhelming fleet power. They probably won't attack me though, and the reason is they don't think they can take our planet and the station which is currently protecting the planet. That tends to be how the AI functions. It really wants to go after a specific goal, not just damage in general, and because it can't, It just isn't. Now, that's my theory on that anyway. That's how it seems to be. I might be horribly, horribly incorrect there, but that's just how it seems. The problem is, I'm currently getting a new planet, so until that's up and running, my economy's kind of not the bestest. Who needs science when you can have minerals? That's pretty much summed up every single anomaly so far. Does this give me an option between influence, minerals, and science? Well, science is definitely not going to be the option. I felt like I was getting ahead really, really quickly, colonizing new systems. We have new planets on the way. Everything was looking good. They're still sort of on pace with us, and I'm focusing everything on this. Although their fleet power isn't as strong as it used to be. What are these guys? Fanatic authoritarian spiritualists. Well, that was my last run. That is really weird. Why did I never check that? Okay, let's get some of these underway. And then hopefully soon, we can go to war. We are now at war. We are equivalent in terms of fleet power, and with our ability to heal, that should give us some kind of edge, or at least I'm hoping it will be able to. Keep on building corvettes in the background. Okay, let's stop expanding just for the time being. All money goes into the warfare, because of course that will give us more systems. Ooh, you haven't built a station above here yet. Well, that's good. We have a very, very weak army at the moment, at least a very weak landing force. Let's upgrade that a little bit. Let's see if we can even grab some planets. Getting a bit ahead of myself, honestly. Very unlikely this will work as well as I think it might, but still, if it does, then, well, great start. I split up my force for 1 second and instantly they attacked us. Well, there we are. Come on, win this. Wait, is that Gaia World?
Our construction is complete.
Wow. Okay, we really want this planet, lads. Yes. Okay, back to softening it up. Hopefully that'll get killed soon. Till then, keep on adding to our fleet. That healing was really good. We really outlasted them. And of course, now we're healing. Normally, we'd have to go back to a station. And the planet is ours. We've got a size 22 Gaia world. Well, that is pretty darn fantastic, isn't it? Okay, let's pop you there. Lovely. Not generating us any food because of the unrest. Let's change that. Whoa, that's a lot more food. Okay, we are now eating them. And of course, that will give us society when we finish the devouring process. And until then, we're just going to get loads and loads of bonus food. Hello, second planet. We might be just about strong enough to eat you. Defensive forces tend to be stronger than attacking forces, but even so, 3 versus 1.
Our construction is complete.
Lovely. More places for some extra food. Probably just going to leave this place barren once we've fed on the locals. Once again, a full fleet battle. And once again, it seems like our forces are going to be the victor. Lovely, and now we're going to attack their home world. We're getting close to maximum war exhaustion, though, since we haven't got any of the upgrades to extend that at the moment. That's not too surprising. Oh, good, their station isn't too powerful. That's good. I was a little bit worried there going in blind, but okay. Sadly, their ships have respawned, though, which I didn't see until just then, but it looks like we are still going to be absolutely fine. Wow, they've got a really good first planet. 20. Nice. Wow, they've got loads of invasion forces just sitting here. Well, we're not taking that anytime soon. Probably best to go for their alternate worlds then. So this was the status quo. We've grabbed 3 of their planets, quite a few of their systems, and now we have access to this area over here. So let's return all of our fleet back home, get them all fully upgraded, and then we can start clearing some of these aliens away so that we can expand this way again. And for now, money goes back into expansion. We are now able to build the Hive Synapse, which is a really, really powerful building. Not only does it give 2 unity and 2 energy, it also increases the population resource by 5% for an entire planet.
Is complete.
Overall, really good building, especially for a type of playstyle which is going to have loads and loads of planets by the end.
Our construction is complete.
Sure, we'll get the inoculations. Mostly because minus happiness doesn't really matter, and if it's a good thing, it may increase our lifespan, which is really, really good. Ah, we got the negative one. Slowing down our growth, our leadership is, well, going to die very quickly at minus 10 years lifespan. And less happiness, but again, the happiness doesn't really matter all that much. Still, very annoying. A good example of what the Devouring Swarm actually is this. We are a Devouring Swarm. We do not engage in diplomacy with other species. We eat them. And that's if I tried to become a rival with our neighbours, which would be great for some more influence, but yeah. Speaking of influence, I can finally activate capacity overload now, which is great, because we are about to go to war. Getting all my landing parties together. And then, let's go. Where are you? Ooh, you're not too far away at all. Good! We found dessert. We are going straight for their capital. As we upgrade all of our stations in the background. Well, this is going to cost us some ships, but definitely will be worth it. Yep, their homeworld is less protected than before. Oh, yeah, because it was being protected by the assault fleet, wasn't it? Which were just kind of camping out. Good. Their homeworld has fallen, and so shall this world as well. Although, we will grab all the systems first.
Our construction is
Otherwise, we'll have to manually purchase them, and obviously, what's the point in that? Chase those down. Humans! The end of the blessed sovereignty, although they did send a raiding fleet before then, so we're about to take some damage to the Gaia world and lose a few stations. It's not too much, but it is very, very, very irritating. So, with this planet, are we keeping it? It seems big enough. Now, habitability, yeah, 20% for the dragons. Maybe we will. We could put it in a sector with the original homeworld, which we're definitely keeping because size 20. Even with the minus habitability, that just seems far too good to waste. Yeah, I think I'll keep it, and I'll just put it into a sector once everyone's devoured. Okay, we have reached the humans. Now, I would actually like you to survey the systems we just explored. That would be great. Because there's a very, very nice planet right there to 21 arid. Which would be great for us. So you guys get in position, and then we'll take over the humans. And look, there's Sol and Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri. Alpha. The humans are not exactly weak, even though we've been doing so well and expanding so rapidly, focusing on economy. They're still kind of keeping up with us. Thankfully, we are strong enough, though, to kill this fleet. Actually, no, our fleets are stronger than I thought they were. In that case, their fleets are just dead. Pray. Lovely. Now attacking their first world. Ooh, lovely. Will not turn down armor, considering we can heal armor very, very quickly. Especially later, once we have living metal as well. Now, of course, it is good during a fight to heal, but really the benefit is in wars like this, which take a long time, because it means we don't have to constantly go and sit in stations to heal up our armor. Between fights, our ships get back to 100%, whereas normally they simply wouldn't. We shouldn't need to wait too long here.
Construction is complete.
Come on, hurry up. Thank you. Now we are attacking the weird planet of Earth. Go back here. They're going to try and come back, and then we can maybe ambush them. Till then, let's make sure we have... Yep, War Drone is online. We can now afford capacity overload.
We sense hostile swarm.
Okay, good, they are going to go through here. Hopefully we can stop them, destroy their fleet, and keep Earth permanently. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's going to be difficult. We could status quo. If we status quo now, we've grabbed their homeworld and their second... Well, their first colony. Yeah, worth it. Then we just focus on building up over here, perhaps go to war with these guys. Lovely. Earth is ours. And with that, let's settle in. Plus 10% resource production. I really do love the hive mind version of this. It's just so powerful. Of course they made a defensive pact.
We will annihilate the others.
The cowards.
Technology conceived. Our construction is complete.
On the downside, we're about to lose a lot of our forces. On the upside,
Construction is complete.
we were becoming poor because of our forces, so at least we'll get the minerals back for a while. Okay, they gave up. But this station is really, really difficult to take out. On the upside, it'll soon be on our side, which is nice.
Our construction is complete.
Okay, you're coming towards us. In that case, all of you may as well stay here for a while. Even with all our bonuses, our ground forces are not having an easy time of this. Honestly, neither are our ships either. We keep on just about winning fights. Come on, hurry up. Okay, good, we can move on. Let's move on to here as well. This might be the war which ends the humans, if we get lucky. We can definitely take this world, because most of their forces are seemingly scattered. Then we can take that, use that as a bit of a bastion, take over all of this, then go for the last planet. That's the idea. The problem is war exhaustion, so yeah, it's not going to be this war. It's probably going to be the next one.
Next structure ruined.
Also, of course, we are being attacked by raiders. Because why wouldn't we be? Status quo was forced, but look at that. We now own almost all of their territory, and honestly, our next targets will most likely be both the humans and their defenders. You fellows are the reason why status quo occurred, because you kept on attacking us and causing our war exhaustion to go through the roof. How long anyway is the treaty? The treaty is, apparently I'm blind, we definitely have a truce, but it's not popping up, which it should do.
Our construction is complete.
The truce is until 99, 10 years. Of course it's 10 years. How do I always forget it's 10 years? Time to finally clear the way towards the north. At the moment, no one is claiming this huge section of territory, so it's up to us to do just that. But first, we need to clear the way of all these drones and such. Go straight for the large hub, why not?
Hostile swarm engaged.
They are very, very bad versus shields, and our shields, although not the strongest, we have enough to probably defend ourselves. Ooh, you have drones, like actual drones. Neat. Okay, so suddenly you're completely ignoring shields. Ignore everything I just said. Wow, you have loads of them. Please finish off this fellow before it does some serious damage to our fleets. Did I say 12,000 minerals? That was definitely worth it. Supremacy is now ours, and we are already going into Voidborn. Or are we? We could wait just a little bit until we get that next bit of research, and then we could grab Engineered Evolution earlier instead. That would be pretty awesome. We could give our dragons the Intelligent or the Strong trait, which would be amazing, but already creating habitats would be kind of awesome. And once again, it begs the question, with master builders. Do master builders affect the previous habitats? And yes, I'm leaving that huge gap in my speech in the video itself, because I'm going to build quite a few of them before we do in fact get master builders. Then master builders increases the size of our habitats by 3 tiles. Will that affect the habitats already built? If it does, that's great. If it doesn't, well, those habitats are pretty darn terrible. I think it's worth it. And it's quite a lot of fun as well. Time for a terrible idea. We are attacking the scavenger bot with our fleets. This is one of the Leviathans, which will give you unique tech if you kill it. Tech which will help our military. I love how our fleet simply glows green during a fight because of all the healing going on.
Technology conceived.
Oh, our numbers aren't looking great. And here's some tech to distract me while this is going on. Oh, it's so close to being killed, though. But sadly, as it loses power, it doesn't lose strength in terms of damage. As we lose power, we indeed do lose our strength. So our fleets are being killed. Don't care about the anomaly right now. And
Technology conceived.
what did it give us? The best level of armor, the best level of shields, at least the regular shields, and the special repair system, with loads of hull and armor regen. Oh god, now you guys, get to the closest place you can reinforce. Which I suppose would be Hive Star at the moment. I don't plan on going back to war with the humans for a while, even though they have just formed a federation. They are so much weaker. I plan on just massively expanding, just really aggressive expansion into this area, and working on our habitats. The first one is now being built. Right. Someone's built. There you are. We are sending our very first colony ship from the planet in Alpha Centauri, and it's going all the way over to here. Grabbing a new planet in the meantime. So, yeah, it feels like we are massively upgrading at the moment. Everything is happening quite well. We're getting new territory very quickly. Our first habitat's underway. I'm going to start saving up for another habitat once all our star bases are upgraded. Thank you very much to the minerals from the scavenger bot for that. And then we should be in a really powerful position, even if a true federation spawns over here with multiple empires. I'm just gonna eat it. The drums of war. A new threat is aww. Yeah, look at you trying to take over the galaxy. Where even are you? You're not these fellows. Have I even met you yet? Oh, there you are. Between two people I don't like. Have fun. I wish you the very best of luck. Now, I should be creating a new construction vessel down here because I want to go for this planet as well. Also, our very first habitat is already fully constructed and about to be populated. And as soon as we have 10,000 minerals, I'll make a second one. And on that note about why I'm building the habitats, it's because of this. 15 influence for a new outpost. It's so cheap, we are still gaining influence, even though I'm about to have a third construction vessel consistently making new outposts. So I may as well use the influence for something. We have found the orb, and sadly, all we can do is that. We can't actually contact it, which is a shame. Since that means I can't get the best outcome, I believe? Our very first habitat is now ready, so let's put in all the basic stuff. Do I want the gene clinic? Kind of, yeah. I know it's silly for such a small thing, but yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. Then we're going to grab lots and lots of minerals. And apparently one science building. You know what? I'm not even going to remove that. We're going to have one science building. Maybe later I'll build more sciencey stuff, but for now, glorious economy. Here's a really weird visual bug. See this planet? It looks a little bit off, but not too bad. Perhaps it's just a bit weirdly placed. Well, it's not actually there. Or there. Or there. Or there. Yep, it's in every single system. It's a ghost planet. And yep. Yep. And yep. I mean, this one's better because it's not even on one of the orbit rings. There we are getting plus 5% research speed, and we've also got this. At least I believe that's 5% speed and that. Yep, so essentially a 10% research speed, although the other 5% we would have got eventually. And that also destroyed the orb. Ghost planet. Ooh. We have begun to spread extremely quickly now. This entire area will soon be ours. And then we need to go to war once more. And we're going to go to war with these fellows. Thankfully, no force in the galaxy currently matches our fleet power, which means we are very, very dangerous. Although, we are now starting to lose food, so naturally, here we are at this lovely little random Gaia world with some snacks already prepared for us. And so with that, land. Now, I could use hostile with our fleet at some point, but I really do hate that AI desperately. And there we go. Nice and simple. No lives lost. Well, no dragon lives lost at all. Although, we do need to put another planet into a sector, which is really annoying. I'm very, very tempted to go ahead and grab... Where are you? The one which gives us loads of bonus planets. There we are, Imperial Prerogative. I really dislike the sector AI, especially after the last playthrough where it messed lots of stuff up. Well, I've never seen this before. Apparently one of the other empires is about to open the L cluster. I do not want to open the L cluster at the moment, so I'm going to do no such thing to race towards it.
We will annihilate the others.
Once again, we begin our feeding frenzy against the humans. Two of our fleets are going this way and hopefully taking out this particular enemy. This fleet's going down here. We do have a problem in that the enemy could easily attack up here, but the idea is we're going to do way more damage to them down here than they can do to us up here, so either they try and defend, or they lose way more than they take. Well, that's helpful. That wormhole goes to here. Fantastic. So we have a way to skip all of this if we need to. You fellows aren't humans. Well, I'm sure you're still absolutely delicious. Natural order, just in time. Eating alien populations provides unity. Does not apply to robots. Now, if you fellows aren't robots, not only are you a farm for food, but now you're also a farm for unity. And also a farm for society research. We are an efficient swarm. Now that is scary. That's a Federation fleet, and it's a good one.
Technology conceived. Our construction is complete.
This is why we need to destroy the humans. As soon as the humans are destroyed, it means they can no longer create these Federation fleets. Okay, you make sure these guys die before they get to Cerberus. Then go for their last two planets. We need to destroy them. Hopefully these will win this fight, and the next. Yeah, definitely winning this one. Lovely. Okay. Good, good, good. Although they have more forces going this way, you should be able to deal with those, correct? Good. One thing I'm going to change is currently we are using no retreat as our war doctrine. This increases our fire rate. It makes us very powerful, but it means when we lose ships, we really lose ships. Instead, we're going for hit and run. Or are we? Yeah, we are, because we are winning these fights, but we're losing ships each time. This way, we're losing far less ships. Hopefully, we're still strong enough to deal with them. That is a risk I'm taking here, but hopefully, it is a risk that's worthwhile. One more planet falls to the dragons, and it is truly, truly delicious. Now, one problem is, as soon as we take this last planet, because I very sillily declared war versus the Earthlings and not these fellows, well, that means the war's over, because we've won. We have destroyed the empire we set out to devour. If we had went to war with these guys instead, we could do all of that to the Earthlings, kill them all, and then still continue to wage war versus these. So what I need to do is make sure that I'm ready to invade the last planet, but actually don't. Until the very, very last second. It's so easy to get caught up in the warfare over there, especially when you have limited time. You end up just forgetting to sort out your construction vehicles and everything else. So, you move over there, habitat. Oh look, the visual bug's gone. I have restarted the game because this is now day 2 of recording, and apparently that must have fixed it. And you move over. Oh wait, no, you don't have enough money for that at all, and you don't need to build it there anyway because you're building over here. Is everyone else doing something? Well, now you are. And this one's waiting for enough money. That's the one I thought was that one. Okay, now over here, let's start removing some of these lesser star holds because they are costing me a fortune in energy. Any other smaller one? Okay, that one needs to stay because that one is protecting our ground forces. So you go away, then I unpause the game so it updates, and I'm still at minus energy. Well, that's annoying. Though, to be fair, all of our fleets are currently out, and we don't have capacity overload on. Federation fleets are so annoying. So, because the Federation just swapped back into Earth control, the Federation fleet just spawned in over here. That's really annoying. Now, we are going to be able to kill them, and then take back everything we just lost, but it is going to hurt our war exhaustion. Thank you. Now, you get back over there and take that back. We did also lose most of our ground forces, which is really, really irritating. We now have a new civic point, so let's have a look, see what we can get. More core systems would be interesting. This way I would be less incentivized to get the Ascension perk, which would be really, really nice. More leaders would be great, more unity would be great, edicts being cheaper would be great. Basically, I want all of these things, so what do I actually want more then? Leader level cap. Ah, it's not more leaders. It means our leaders can get to a higher level, which would be nice because gluttony here is now at max. I think that might be for the best then. That would give us more unity, more edict duration, and of course all of our other leaders could get to higher levels. That means stronger admirals, scientists, pretty much stronger everything. Okay, let's grab that. Pooled knowledge. We can always change it in later. And of course I don't have enough influence. Let's wait 1 month. Then we can go ahead and do this. Also, apparently, the ones who are attacking were also at war with their neighbours, and as you can see, chunks of their space have just transferred. Come on, hurry up and be a month. There we go. The end of the United Nations of Earth. Oh, okay, so because we're the Devouring Swarm, although we have defeated the Earthlings, we do not instantly get kicked out of the war. That's good. However, we are very close to being kicked out of the war, and this annoying force over here is about to take back loads of our systems. So I may use status quo anyway, because we're so close to being kicked out. What may happen is he might take a few, that'll push us too far, and then the war will end, and thus we'll lose some of these systems. Let's take the risk. Let's continue. We are currently bombarding a planet over here anyway. Certainly seems like it was well worth the risk. We've claimed all of this area now. We're about to grab this section. We are at 100% and being pushed away, but if we're incredibly lucky, we might be able to take one more planet, though that's going to be very, very close. Yeah, there we are. So now we've been forced out and the war is over, though we now have a little bit of connection over here. Ah, the problem is this jump here, so as soon as they close their borders, which is near the end of the truce, we won't be able to attack these fellows. That's annoying. Oh, we can attack these guys, though. Though at the moment, we have lost a lot of our fleet, so most likely, yep, they are superior with their fleet power. Let's all get back, let's all repair up, and I really need to reinforce my fleet. I don't know why I wasn't doing that the whole time. Finally, we're going to start using a few craft which are not just corvettes. It has been a long time since I've been doing this, so it was a bit silly of me to take this long, honestly. Sure, and I will be using the nanite repair system, because I'm interested to see if this is worth it. With so much regen, does that push it into being a really, really good system, or is it still better only to have one or none, since we are already the Devouring Swarm, so that we can just heal up between fights? We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Something else to note is that the nanite repair system apparently costs no power. Did not realise that until just now. So, this Federation is definitely the scariest thing currently in the galaxy, and I am not going to touch that at all. If I fight them, I will lose at the moment. Individually, they are weak. Together, annoyingly strong. Also, look how much space they have, it's ridiculous. But these fellows are the strongest single empire currently ready, and they have a wormhole which goes right into my territory, so they have a defensive pact of our neighbours. So, that makes things a little bit more annoying. Thankfully, we've pretty much beaten these guys into almost nothingness. So, one fleet remain. Get ready to go to war with our neighbours. The rest, get ready to warp on over. Master Builders is now in effect. So, let's see. Has it affected our previous habitats? Yes, it has. They all now have extra slots. So, what I'm going to do is build some labs. As much as our science isn't exactly a priority, we are getting really far behind at this point. The war has officially begun, and now, not using our pure corvette fleets, I feel a little bit weaker, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I should just cheese it, considering we are on the highest difficulty. Okay, so, we do have one corvette fleet, admittedly, which is very quickly rushing up here. This is just one of the old remnants of the old fleets. Then we have our mixed fleets over here, which are already invading this territory. Although they did have a very strong bastion, which is kind of annoying. Okay, you go with those fellows. Hopefully we can take a few planets. We probably won't win too much. If I can just take maybe this section here, then that's going to be great for us, because it weakens the strongest empire in the game. They are far stronger than I originally thought. This is not going well at all. Our invasion over here is being completely thwarted, and over here they actually sent a small force. It looks like we're going to be pushed completely back. Hopefully we can take this so at least it wasn't a complete and utter disaster, but that's not looking likely either. So, right now, a lot of our forces have been recreated, or simply survived and teleported back. The enemy were heavily damaged by our attack at least, so we have weakened them substantially. One of their fleets completely destroyed, these two weakened. Over here, we're actually doing quite well. We're taking all of this space. So the reason why we lost that really is just because we had to split our forces into essentially 3 different forces. One up here, one down there, one over there. Of course, this was the strongest of the 3, but still, a full, over 40,000 fleet power was not available. So what I should do now is send everything I've got to the wormhole. Hopefully we can kill the first fleet while it's on its own. It seems like per fleet power, we do still have the advantage, but it's not a great one. Come on, Miss Swarm. Yep, there's their reinforcements. Thankfully, these have been stripped of all of their armor and shields already, so that should go down faster than it might seem. Only the corvettes survive, of course they do. I mean, admittedly, that was a corvette-heavy fleet because the old fleets were corvettes, so naturally. Fantastic. Okay. Let's get our stuff back, shall we? I'm making sure to get all of the debris as well. Since we are definitely behind on tech with these fellows, it is definitely worth it to grab as much as possible. Okay, it's our planet now. Fantastic. Continue forwards. Let's destroy all of them down here as fast as possible. Yep, definitely worth getting this debris. Look at all of that research and all that progress. That is glorious. Look at how fast our forces heal. Just want to make sure I am correct in thinking they do heal in combat. It looks like they certainly do. Hence the green aura, which is still affecting them. Although it seems... Yep, there we go. Hull points just increased, so did armor. Okay. I don't know if there's a weakness to that, like if it's lower than usual, but it does seem to be. Maybe I'm going mad there. It seems just a bit off. Also, we really need to consolidate our forces. Status quo was forced upon us. Okay, let's get all of our forces in one place so I can start, you know, fleet managing for once. But who am I going to attack next? Am I going to attack these again? I don't think so. I think next we're going to go for these. Or we could start pushing towards attacking a fallen empire already, but that's a bit out there. Do I really have no direct connections into this empire? No, I don't, because of these. That is really annoying. So maybe this group instead, but that is this. Do not particularly want to attack the Federation, because they will have Federation fleets, and they will be very, 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 very powerful. They're also bordering us over here, which is more than annoying. So I guess perhaps, yeah, attacking these again. This is glorious. The amount of research we're getting from these people is just fantastic. So, what do I grab next? I guess the autocannon, the level 3 Stormfire autocannons would be pretty darn amazing. Would like these as well, though we are getting the kinetic artillery already, so just continue researching whatever you can. This war was totally worth it. It has really, really increased our tech in terms of warfare. I will be redesigning our ships very soon. Oh yeah, we have the mega cannon. Beautiful. Not the best, but beautiful. With these upgrades, we are now superior to every other empire, excluding the fallen empires in terms of our force count. So yeah, that war, totally worth it, purely for stealing tech. Well, this is risky, but if it pays off, we are going to get loads of stuff from this.
We will annihilate the others.
Okay, what I'm hoping will happen is they'll head to us. I do not want to fight their fleets and their station at once. Okay, even better, they're splitting up. So where are you going? You're going to... by the looks of things, this way. Okay. Let's meet you there. The other fellow is going this way and will probably take some stuff from us. But remember, if we take this Ringworld, we instantly win. That's all they have. That's their only planet. Okay. You're going way further out than I expected. That's a problem. Any chance we'll be able to catch them in time? Yep, by the looks of things we will. Fantastic. Oh, the FPS drop. That one single missile, then. Face the wrath of our cannons! You are pretty balanced in terms of shields, armor, and hull, so... I'm very glad we have some very balanced fleets. We're not really specializing in anything. We're good against everything minorly. And we were clearly victorious. Wonderful. And this is something to work on later. Some more Ringworlds. Fantastic. Okay, let's go for their homeworld right now. Oh, they don't instantly... Wait. I'm going with Devour, so I'm allowed to just grab things, but you're not. That seems unfair for you. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Look at all those tiny little shots. Okay, so all of their fleets are here. No, yes, both of their fleets were. The one was simply damaged from the previous fight. They do, of course, also have the station, which isn't exactly pleasant for us. There's all our battleships. This is really close. Far closer than I'm happy with, honestly. If that other fleet didn't respawn instantly, we might have had a better chance with this. I don't know if we're going to win here. We very well may lose. Once they start losing some ships, then I think the tides will turn, but until then... Yep, there we go, their ships are finally going down. Yep, we are definitely victorious here. Just with some serious losses. The station's almost out. Only 2 battleships remain, and we are victorious. Okay, landing force. Split twice. In fact, yeah, split twice. There we are. They don't have too much defense on these, so we should be able to just go straight there without any need to bombard the planets. We have also just found the homeworld of our precursors. We were really late with that. Okay, once you're done with what you're doing over there, could you please go and survey that? That would be great. Once you're done with that, you can go here and you can start researching. Just wait like 2 seconds and this will be captured anyway. Almost. Yeah, we have a few more ground forces than the enemy. And that is the end of them. Lovely. Now you can get over here and research everything you can, please. Maybe attacking the other stations and grabbing them would have been better now I think about it, because then there would have been more debris to analyse, but also I wouldn't have to purchase these tiles. Yeah, maybe that would have been better. Now, though, we have access to this Ringworld and all of its magnificent, magnificent buildings. Wait, am I getting food from the robots? We're eating the robots. Good. Good. Mega engineering is now complete, meaning that we can indeed fix the ruined Ringworlds. So what do we want next? A Titan would be lovely, but I think just making sure we get all of this old tech is beautiful. There we are. We now have the dark matter reactor, and we have the dark matter deflectors. Ooh, the arc emitter. That's interesting. It would be very, very good later if the unbidden become our enemy. However, I do kind of want everything else here as well. We do actually need jump drives. I think I will go jump drives, although, honestly, I don't want to see the unbidden again, and the jump drives increase the odds of the unbidden. They're just so helpful. The home world was found, giving us unity and a really, really nice system. In addition to a bit of research as well. Okay, I'll just jump you over in a second. In fact, you currently can't build any more habitats because we're out of money. So you start moving already. Well, there goes all our resources into yet another habitat. How many do we have currently? We have 6 in systems I have direct control over. Then we have quite a few in the sector-controlled planets. Okay, how close are we to domination victory? We should be pretty close. Yeah, we are very close. Okay, so I'm about to go to war again. My fleets are currently moving out. They should be entering this area very, very soon. In fact, they are now. Just going to jump to make things faster. There we are. One fleet's going to stay behind and hopefully take out these 3 final planets. There's no planets down here, so we can just ignore those 2 systems. We just attack, invade, attack, invade, attack, invade. We can jump to these 2, and we have a strength 5,000 fleet standing by, which I will be splitting though. So half of that, please teleport over there. You'll be joining the main forces attacking these guys. If all goes well, we're about to get a lot more territory. What is going on over here? Ooh, hello. Raiders. And once more it begins.
We will annihilate the others.
It's begun so many times, but hopefully this time will be the one to end it, at least for these fellows. Now, admittedly, probably should have got all the way over there before declaring war, but since we have a limited time before the endgame crisis, and it's going to be a very difficult endgame crisis, we just need to get started as soon as we possibly can. Now, what is going to be our major issues? Honestly, this area here is pretty well isolated. If we can take this, just ignore them taking back stuff here, we can then push this way and hopefully cut off everything and then decide either down here, if we are running out of time and war exhaustion, or up here if we have enough time to try and completely win. Over here, well, we're just going to do a jump, go in there, capture that planet, do a jump, go in there, capture planet, do a jump. You get the idea. Not too difficult, just annoying that we have to bother with all this. In the meantime, you might try to capture some planets here, which is, again, more of a nuisance than an actual problem. Aha! The first fleet has arrived to oppose us. Good. Firing the mega cannons. Which, of course, we learned from watching these fellows. Oh, I just teleported to a whole different system. Just trading cannon fire here. We have more, thus we should win. Which is actually how this entire empire plays out. Low tech, but my lord, the numbers.
Our void hive is under attack.
Oh, Void Hive is under attack. Who is... Okay, you, of course. Reinforcements need to go through there. Okay, that makes sense. Did they already run away? Nope, they're just basically dead. Lovely. We just finished off researching Ascension Theory, and so we are going to grab Engineered Evolution. After this, we are going to grab Galactic Wonders, perhaps. The reason why we might not grab that is because over here we do have a lot of Ringworlds, which we need to finish off repairing, and whilst you're repairing a Ringworld, you can't build a Galactic Wonder. That is going to take many, many years, so I might just leave that for a while. So yeah, I think for now, Engineered Evolution. After I finish Prosperity, we'll get Defender of the Galaxy, and then if we do indeed go down the route of Adaptability or Discovery, we will then get Evolutionary Mastery, making our dragons incredibly powerful. And this is how the dragons shall be edited. They will now be adaptive and traditional, meaning that all the planets they're on, they shouldn't get any negatives from their habitability, or at least they'll have less negatives. And then we can also get some more unity to finish off everything else. Apply template, and go. Wow, it's going to take absolutely forever. Still worth it. The first Ringworld section has been restored. Lovely. Okay, let's get that colonized as soon as possible. There we are. How are the others doing? Well, the robots are still here, but some of them have been removed now, so we are getting a lot of energy from that already. Lots of minerals and lots of miscellaneous. All is well. How's it going over here? Well, we've grabbed 2 planets already, although there is a force now taking back some of the stuff. We can quickly grab that. That's no major issue at all. The war is going exceedingly well. One single fleet here is stopping them from reinforcing. They are close to defeating it, but not quite close enough. And there is loads upon loads of research for me to steal. Which is truly lovely. The great assimilation of knowledge is beginning over there. Now, this is the last planet of this particular enemy, which is fantastic for us, because this means there's just one less enemy in the galaxy.
Hostile swarm.
And all of them will have been devoured. Now, you stop being hostile. Do not want you to attack straight away. They're not evasive, passive. There we are. Okay, you start bombing that, because that's way too hard for you to kill straight away. That is much easier. Go and have fun. Any fleets which they get back now are either going to respawn there or here. We can just jump and attack them. That's fine. All well and good. Over here, there's a very small fleet attacking us, annoyingly. Just about strong enough to get back their stations. Or it's just going to sit there. Confused. Alone. It's kind of sad, really.
We have assimilated knowledge.
Bravery and foolishness are very close to each other. As proven by this fleet just jumping straight into, well, 4 to 5 times its strength. Yeah. I love how sometimes a battleship will just stop when it's dead. Sometimes they'll explode, continue, break up, but sometimes they just kind of halt, slowly fading away. The end of the Union. There we are, look at that, painting the galaxy red, one empire at a time. Okay, you two, get your butt back to the wormhole. And very, very soon, you're going to aid your friends. Okay, that's going to be really annoying to get to the wormhole. Probably easier if I just move normally to there, then jump. Over here, we're currently bombarding a planet which had way too much defense. In fact, a lot of these planets have had a lot of defense, so I'm really glad that... Oh! Glad those ground forces are finished over there, because I can help out here, as I was going to say. Really, only corvettes left.
Planetary infestation begun.
I swear these had battleships a moment ago. Battleships and cruisers, destroyers, oh my. We are losing a fleet here. This is what happens when you split up, and yet they have enough force here to really, really make me hurt. Can't even jump these. Jumping would make them weaker, but right now I think I need to bunch up all of my units. Definitely losing this fleet. Without a doubt. Oh wow, might lose everything. Okay, you two, get together. The new fleet is also on the way. It's about to travel through the wormhole. We have enough force to defeat this. The problem is this is going to really hurt our war exhaustion. It's going to be a while until you can jump as well. You're going to have to make it there the usual way. Okay, they're not pushing forwards. Well, that gives me more time. The enigmatic cache returns. Okay, it's time to make our dragons ascend. Enable communications. Greetings! Failing to read species name. Do not be alarmed. Okay, so, no offense, you seem a little broken. Nope, we are ready to ascend. You will not... I wish that was me making fun of the fact it said failing to read species name, but nope, a fly just randomly landed in my mouth. You will not regret it. Man, that fly had some fantastic timing. Okay, so, how do we do this? I think I need a scientist here, don't I, to begin the process. Yes, I do. Okay, so Dragon's Lair, please produce a new scientist. Oh, look at those lovely people we're eating. Okay, well, once we have the science vessel, I'll just transfer one of the scientists to further away. Okay, you both ready now to attack? Good. Ooh, did we actually manage to get this planet? No, we got that. Okay. Some more ground forces on the way, at least. Wish we had all of our ground forces, but hey-ho. We live with what we have. Well, this will be a close one. We're the Swarm. We were born for this. We were actually created for this. We're not particularly good versus armor again, but against your hull and against your shields, well, say goodbye. Oh, I love those cannons. This looks so cool when they hit. That lovely little... I don't know how to say it. The debris from the explosions just looks so good. Lovely. Oh good, we finally got that. Excellent. That means now we can research kinetic artillery and upgrade our battleships further. Strong enough to take that? Yes, you are. Bit at danger from that? Yeah, but just do it anyway. No, grab that back first. Thank you. We could afford an ambition right now, which would be great, but I would much rather finish off prosperity first. Well, there we are then. Got a lot of their territory. Next time will definitely be their death sentence. And now what we can do is move over here, and we can jump into this territory, because this is what happened to the Marauders. And they are already inferior to us in terms of their fleet power, so hopefully we should be able to do some devastating damage versus them as well. More habitats are being created. We are upgrading our main ship base so that we can start making some Titans. Ship base, shipyard, so we can make some more Titans, and our economy grows more and more as we devour the galaxy. Soon, you will join us, and then we need to pick a new target. So, you fellows down there, do you have any allies? Any friends? You do. Annoyingly as well, these fellows who are on our border. So if we attack you, we'll be attacking two sides at once. That's not impossible. In fact, they only have two entry points, here and here. So if we turn one of these into a really high-end bastion, we can kind of force them to go one particular way. And we have two upgraded stations already in those locations. So if I just convert one of these into a citadel, then give it all the weaponry stuff, that should hold them off a little bit. In fact, I'll probably make this one the bastion, because this one's just kind of really annoyingly placed anyway. We are now using autonomous ship intellects. Because who wouldn't want that? I'm sure this won't do anything bad. All we're doing is making sure that our ships can feel pain. Sorry, adorable geckos, but I'm afraid the dragons are going to win this day.
We will annihilate the others.
We will annihilate the others. So I think it would be best if we just teleported down here and then slowly made our way through. Or, we could just jump into the middle and then split. Yeah, the enemy have very, very little in the way of a fleet, so this is likely the easier option.
Crushing a hostile line.
Good, and Gluttony continues to level up. Okay, you go this way where there's less for us to actually grab. So just go ahead and devour everything in your path. There we are. And the rest of you can split this way and go for the planets.
Hostile swarm engaged.
They are really split up already. Good for us. Making something which is already easy considerably easier. And so begins evolutionary mastery. Excellent. Now, here's something to note. I've been quite purposefully avoiding Discovery, and you may be asking yourself, Lathrix, why on earth would you avoid that? Discovery is easily one of the best traditions for pretty much any run. Not only does it give you more science, it gives you more anomalies, it gives you more unity, it's just one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful tradition ever. And honestly, that's kind of why I've been avoiding it. I always go for Discovery first, and it's a little bit boring. So I've been avoiding it until now. Adaptability and Discovery are both things I tend to go with very, very early. So this time, Discovery is second to last, and then Adaptability is last. Well, honestly, I'm not even sure if I will get both of them finished. I need to finish one of them at least for Defender of the Galaxy, because, well, there's going to be a very, 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 very scary thing spawning in less than 50 years. I was not paying attention to the year count. Okay, now I'm really going to get Defender of the Galaxy. But then after that, I may just want to use the remaining Unity on ambitions. A Grand Fleet, Will to Power, Scientific Revolution, all this stuff is just so, so powerful. Also, this war is just mind-numbingly easy.
Crushing a hostile hive.
Their main bastion. Wow, you've enslaved a lot of other empires. Of course you have, because you were once marauders. Is it worth bombarding, or... no. First of all, get those two, then come back. Then bombard. Oh, there is 2 planets, and it's definitely worth bombing it a little bit. Ooh, a habitat. A weird-looking one. Cool. Where's our landing forces? Oh, there they are. Go on, go and land on one you can actually deal with. You start attacking that. You start attacking that. Domination victory. There we are. From the dragon's lair we rode out and took over a sizable chunk of the galaxy. But of course, we must wait until the endgame crisis occurs, and we might die. But it will be glorious if we do. Genetic resequencing has now been researched, and so let's have a look-see what we're going to turn our dragons into then, shall we? Create template, remove everything for a second. So what do we have? We can make them incredibly intelligent. Now, normally I wouldn't really care too much about this, considering intellect is not exactly what we're going for. But the thing is, any population with this trait gets an added bonus to their leaders. So I think it's like extra fire rate, extra research speed, extra everything. So you kinda have to pick that one. Now, after that, robust, more habitability, more population production, population resource production, and extra lifespan. Yes, please. We definitely want industrious, and we do want thrifty, but that will require some negatives. So what negatives are we going to have? Repugnant, once again. And we could go with... Really? You can have fleeting and robust. Huh, you would think those wouldn't be allowed together, but apparently you can. Ah, but I can't pick any more. So that's a shame then. We will lose thrifty, which is a lot of energy going to waste. Maybe robust isn't worth it. No, robust is definitely worth it. 5% for everything is really nice. In addition to all the other stuff, it's like loads of other positive ones rolled together. We could get conservationist, or we could once again get traditional. So, yeah, let's go with traditional again so our unity can stay where it is. Do you wish to change how we look? No, I feel like there's not much more menacing than this particular profile, is there? No. All the other is a bit more... Well, that's a frog. That is a frog. Okay, leaving this as is, and this will be our new dragon.
Technology conceived.
The weirdest thing just happened. This empire over here, who we were fighting earlier, just declared that they would guarantee the independence of their neighbours, the ones we're currently eating. A little bit light. They have 2 planets left, and 1 system. Now you claim you're going to help them. That doesn't even jump you into the war. Wait. Did you always have this, or did you steal this from me? No, you definitely always had this. This is way too developed. Okay, just making sure there. For a second, I thought I may have messed up and allowed you to get some territory. Ooh, lovely. The Research Institute is ready to go, so let's quickly put that down. Let's just replace you with it. And I'll help out a little bit. I've decided we're going to go after the Fallen Empire. This way, if they do have a chance of awakening, well, we're stopping that from happening. And honestly, I just want the Gaia worlds at this point. We're getting very, very close to when the Endgame crisis can occur, and because of that, we need to really just focus on what we already have. This would take too long, and having a second look at their fleets, although we could definitely win, this is really going to hurt. Probably just as much as the Fallen Empire can hurt us, so can they, and, well, the rewards are fairly balanced. This is weirdly the safer option. A change of plan, I didn't realise just how weak our neighbours are. A pathetic fleet power, inferior naval capacity, and they're kind of in the way to the Fallen Empire anyway. We've already built up our bastion, we may as well go for it. Just outright attack down here. They'll probably grab a couple of systems up here, but the trade will be definitely worth it. Okay, that's what we're doing then. Hello, neighbours. And these fellows are just as weak, and honestly I don't see how they're getting towards us, considering they're rivals with every single neighbour they have. Which means lots of closed borders for them. That's interesting, so the fortress will actually heal itself. Well, I've never allowed that to happen before. I've never cared so little. Whoops. Maybe I should have started preparations a bit earlier. Now, over here, I am moving a fleet in, and they're going to just sit next to the bastion up here, basically blocking all of their forces off. In fact, we could take out these stations with it. Maybe that would be for the best. We are 50k, but if we jump, we're weaker, so instead we're just going to go like this. Plans continue to change. For some reason, I thought they couldn't get through this empire's hypergates, but apparently they can. And by hypergates, I meant to say hyperlanes, so apparently these two have open borders, which is very, very annoying indeed. I could have swore that you had closed borders with them, but apparently I was mistaken. They have closed borders with these two, but not this one, so annoyingly, we just lost a few systems. Thankfully, that's all it was, just a couple of regular systems, no planets or anything like that, and we gained a few new planets and a little bit of space. So, original plan, going for the Fallen Empire. And so we begin to devour the target. Lots of very heavily defended stations. Where are you two going? You're going this way, well I'm going this way. That's a little bit irritating, but fine. At least we can take out the first station with minimal to non-resistance. Goodbye. I'll let you two fuse and stay on hostile for the time being. And let's see, are they still going the same way? Nope, they have changed after seeing what we're doing. Okay, in that case, continue this way. The larger vessels get attacked so quickly. Please defend the Titan. You went for the station first, didn't you? Well, at least now you're turning around to help. There we go. And almost completely cleared up as soon as you deal with the landing forces, and then you can move on. The font of knowledge.
Conceived.
And soon it will be ours. Thankfully now we are finally using gene warriors, which are much better than our regular infantry. There we go. Let's just retake this station again. And what are you two going to do? You're going back over here. Okay, that's fine. Yay! And the Ringworld continues to get finished off. Sadly, right now I can't afford the next one, and this is already in a sector, so that should be automatically finished soon. And so, the archives have a similar fate to the homeworld. Now. There we go. Lovely. And I'll just pop you there. And you can teleport on over to here to do the same thing again. The end of the archivists. well, it's not their end yet. They're going to be in farms for a while. Then it's the true end. It's just the end of their civilization. Nothing too spectacular. Dragons, dragons everywhere. Okay, all of you return home. It's now time to start preparing for the final fight. I don't think I can really do much else, honestly. We have less than just over 25 years before the Endgame crisis is viable, since the Endgame crisis can begin 50 years after the Endgame begins. It's a bit weird like that. And of course, since we set it to 2,375, 50 years later than that is 2,425. Okay, yeah, so we have just over 25 years to prepare. Lots of things to sort out. Lots of things indeed. So I'm going a little bit mad here. Making new ships. We are sending colony ships everywhere as well because we are colonizing every single planet within our borders because I think that's going to be fun. And now I'm making 5 habitats. Because that's all I'm spending my influence on now, apparently. I mean, I was building 4, and then it took all that time to save up for 1 more because I had a load of pooled influence, so we are making 5 new ones right now, but then we're going to go back to making only 2 at a time at most. The more dragons we have, the more starbase capacity we have. With the more starbase capacity we have, the more naval capacity we have. Basically, more and more and more and more ships. Oh yeah, that's why I was pooling influence, so I could keep production targets going. That was, interesting choice there, spending all of your influence on habitats. Still, one thing which is good to mention is that right now, because of all of our AI sectors going on, our science isn't as bad as it was. Don't get me wrong, it's still really bad, it's just nowhere near as bad as it was, because the sectors are quite balanced, since they are in balanced mode. I know, what a shocker. Which just essentially means that right now our science is not the worst possible. We're getting some repeatables done occasionally, so we're going to have somewhat okay ships near the end. Sort of. Also, talking like that apparently just set off my toad. Yeah, I have 2 pet toads in this room, and now they're both making weird noises. Life's weird sometimes, I've got to be honest. Seriously, I didn't have the best cannon yet? Okay. Very, very glad that we're now doing engineering. Yeah, 40 months is still so long, though. That's not great. Okay, you two need to go and just sit around orbit here, because we are kind of overcrowding in our main fleet.
Our construction is...
We are now going for the enigmatic fortress again. Now, here's the problem. As the Devouring Swarm, I can't ask the curators for hints, and I'm not going to go and look up a video. I'm going to try and do this from memory. Yep, so this could go horribly wrong. I know that one thing which can happen is all the planets turn into tomb worlds, and I think that's one of the bad endings. I know that you can essentially kill your fleet, and I know if you do everything correctly, you get tech. Very special tech, very strong tech. And I want that tech. Okay, so give the go-ahead. We'll find someone to assist the team. Okay, that's the first one. So, demolitions team or local power surge. I'm fairly certain that the demolitions team is the boom option. So I think it's the local power surge. And that's just to get into the fortress itself. So I'm just going to grab one of our highest level scientists. In fact, I might steal one of our researchers if no good admirals are there. No. Okay, I'm afraid. Which is our highest level? You there? Well, I'm afraid you are now aiding us with this, just for the time being. So go and do the power surge, please. The power surge was indeed correct. Now, I can't remember which one of these it is, so this is actually going to be a pure 50-50. We must decide how much energy to supply the first surge. I remember all the others. I remember going for the middle, not the beginning or the end. I remember you have to realign something, one of the other options, but I can't remember this one. Nope, not gonna cheat. I think it's for lower estimate. I feel like the lower estimate might fail and then you get locked out. I feel like that might be the negative here, but I can't remember. Okay, it worked. So now we just need to wait, I suppose. Oh yeah, we never did that. I kind of forgot about that as well. That's what happens when you're recording this over several days. Though honestly, we had so much other stuff going on as well, we may as well begin that in a second. Where is the enigmatic cache? It says it's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, make a new scientist. We'll begin that as well. So much stuff to do. So, while I'm just waiting around, for those wondering how I know how to do each of these, it's because if you go to the curators, and you're not a devouring swarm who literally can't talk to them, you can pay 1,000 energy, or 2,000 energy, something similar to that, and they'll give you a clue from the enigmatic fortress. You can ask them a series of questions, they give quite vague answers, but the answers line up with what you need to do here. And now I'm just going off memory, because I've definitely done this a few times in the... Okay, let's see then. Okay, so this is the rearranging one. Place metal rings. Yeah, no! Okay, I was about to click that. No, it's not the first one. Okay, that made me jump. It's not place the rings. I think I've messed that up before. Rearrange the metal Tory. That's it, yeah. Sorry for skipping it as well quite a lot. I'm just looking at the answers. This doesn't really help me. So rearrange the metal Tory, and... Good. Correct. Correct. Which makes the team's new discovery all the more interesting. Dark matter is funneled through the fortress and then back to the core, like a cardiovascular system. Issue special project, home system research. Issue special project, supply dark matter, use force. Research black hole.
Our situation log is updated.
Okay, this one I actually don't know. Just flat out don't know. No. Maybe. Perhaps the answers to how dark matter is used in the fortress can be found in the workings of a black hole. Now that I'm almost certain is the right one, because I remember doing this, but I can't remember all these other options. Well, there is a black hole right next to us, so I'm gonna go and do that. Yeah, let's go and do that, because that requires the really high... The only reason why I think this is correct is because this is the one which requires the high-level scientist, and if I am correct in memory, it's that one which it was, but I can't remember these. Especially not supply dark matter. Either that's been changed, or... I don't know. Honestly, maybe I'm just being a bit silly with my old memory. That's not exactly too far from the truth normally, so... let's increase the hull points of our battleships. I use our battleships quite a lot. Okay, already 35%, so I'll just wait around for the next part. Oh, actually, no. What we need to do is start this one as well. Hello, scientists. So, you need a scientist. I'll just steal one of the other commanders. There we are. Make sure you're orbiting the world. And let's begin the ascension of our people. Not that one. Where are you? I am blind. There it is. Okay. Examining a black hole with our knowledge of how dark matter is used in the ancient fortress, we have discovered that its builders must have learned many of the manipulation and funneling techniques from black holes. Seeing them outside the strict system they created allowed the team of explorers to change connections around the core safely, stopping the repowering process. While this process alone has taught us much about the physics of black holes, it is nothing compared to the treasure that the now safely shut down fortress presents. Yet the enigmatic encoder and decoder, that's what we had before. Is that it? Oh, I thought we got more for doing the full chain. I'm actually a little bit disappointed about that. Still great. I mean, those 2 bits of research I'm going to go and do now, and plus we have bonus research, which has already started to be used up. So, there's the decoder and the opposite. So, where are they? I think they might be physics now I think about it. They're both physics? Yep. Okay, so extra tracking, extra chance to hit, then loads of extra evasion. Both are really nice. Still, again, a little bit disappointed, but not majorly. It was worth it. I'm starting to think that maybe the homeworld one was correct. Maybe that gives you the beginning, middle, and end option, because that didn't pop up. So I feel like I may have missed a section there. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think perhaps that was not the correct way. Still though, it gave us something, and the bonus research is very, very welcome, it must be said. Now, which of my sectors is currently missing a connection? Oh, you. How are you suddenly not fully connected? Do tell. A proud day for the swarm dragons, which means now our lovely, lovely dragons have been changed. Almost all of them have automatically gone to this new version and uplifted. More leader experience, more research. Which is nice, considering we're trying to get as much research as possible, and as soon as we have faith in science, we're going to go for all of the smaller researches, and we should just about get the last thing here. Where are you? Defender of the Galaxy, just before the Endgame crisis can indeed spawn. I'm currently saving up all of the end ones, and look, all of that stored research is already gone. It's kind of sad, really. We now have faith in science, which means we're going for the easiest, smallest bits of research, because every bit of research I've left, which is very easy to do, will still give us the full 3 months worth of Unity. I feel like we're going to get Defender of the Galaxy just before the enemy spawns in, and this really shows how powerful Discovery is. Even if you're not going with a high science build, Discovery is easily one of the best starter traditions to get. Expansion and Discovery are both amazing. Even, what's it normally called? Unity is really good, but yeah, Discovery is just so, so powerful. And getting it this late is less than perfect. I'll leave that world to the little bugs. It's at times like this that I'm glad I'm doing the single video, single run, because right now it is not boring, but certainly not particularly good footage. I'm just constantly sorting out my planets, upgrading everything, sorting out my fleets. It's very time consuming, and nothing really visual is happening. This is the calm before the storm, and it takes in-game years for this to really finish off, so very glad it's this form of content, because this would be one boring episode. Because most of the Endgame crisis, if not all of them, are particularly weak to things which hit the hull directly, I'm now going to convert my entire fleet into anti-hull vehicles, which means lots of shield penetration, lots of armor penetration, and hopefully some bonus hull damage. I think this is the best option, because I can't think of a single Endgame crisis where this is bad against them. I can think of a few times where it wouldn't be perfect, but certainly not bad, though. Finally, there we are, just in time as well. Defender of the Galaxy, we now do plus 50% damage to the Endgame crisis. This is our feeding grounds, no one else's. We are only now researching the higher level missiles, so what our troops are now using, what our ships are now using, are missiles in a medium level, lots and lots of phase disruptors, and lots of things like cloud lightning, which means we should be able to cut through pretty much anything. I'm not sure if cloud lightning is the best idea here, but it looks cool, and that's good enough for me. I think I'm going to add the decoder to some of the larger vehicles. Increasing tracking and chance to hit is just so, so nice. In the last playthrough with this particular tech, I don't know how much it really helped, but it made the fights look far better. Far more hits, far less things just going off into space. So these are our final designs then. Definitely keeping at least one of the nanite repair systems. The speed of which this heals is just so good. Even though we do have a natural heal being the Devouring Swarm, I've just found this to be great when jumping from battle to battle. It normally allows almost a full heal between fights. Though 2 of these would be amazing, though I think this is what we're going to keep. I'm currently running quite a balanced shield and armor set, because I don't know which enemy is going to be attacking us. If it's going to be things like the Unbidden, then I'll quickly swap over to full shields, retrofit, and then go. If it's going to be things like the Swarm, then I believe full armor is much better, and then we'll just have the excess energy for weapon damage and speed. Definitely learnt that in the last one. I wanted some shields because the acid blast still hit shields, but looking back at it, yeah, definitely should have just had armor, or at least way more armor, way less shields. Again, really twice in a row we're getting this. Okay, so the scourge is returning. Okay then. At least now we know that shields are worthless, so we should right now remove our shielding. Our shielding is not going to be useful in the slightest. So, remove shields, and we could focus on... Okay, so, here's the question. Should we focus on anti-armor, or should we continue our focus mostly around going through the armor? So, against the Scourge, this is less powerful than against something like the Unbidden, which have loads of shield. Saying that, they do have a lot of armor, though. I'm just thinking about certain endgame crises which have lots of shield and lots of armor, then not so much hull. You're ignoring 2 aspects to get to the 3rd. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head for the Scourge. This is definitely better than what we had before. The problem is these missiles are now going to be hitting that armor on their own without anything else to help them. So I'm thinking that perhaps missiles aren't the best either. Now, the Scourge does have a lot of stuff which revolves around drones, so point defense is now necessary. So what about our own swarms? Because these do bonus damage to armor. My god, only rank 1! Oh, Lathrix, that's just terrible. Why have you done this? But the reason for this is because, look, we have point defense slots. We can use flak. So our cruisers suddenly become very, very good versus the broodmothers and such. Even still, that's actually not too much. That's actually not too bad in terms of damage, 20 DPS. So he could start using Strikecraft and then try to go and upgrade them now before they get here. They won't be that long, but they will be a while. Yeah, I don't know. Numbers-wise, I don't know right now. I'm thinking just pure phase disruptors, or perhaps we could go with this. With some of our corvettes, convert maybe half of them into this, so we have loads of flak, and then once again phase disruptors. I don't know. Okay, torpedoes, do you do bonus? You do bonus armor damage. Once again though, only rank 1. This is the problem with low tech. Okay, I'll have to have a think about this. Wow, that colony is rich. And by colony, I meant to say sector. And now so am I. Good, that means I can really start making some more ships in a second. Just waiting for 1 sec, though, before I do anything. I have activated Scientific Revolution. I did this earlier. Kind of wish I didn't, because now I can't use Grand Fleet. But still, this means our research speed is increased, and because of that, rank 3 Advanced Strikecraft. Lovely. Okay, that means we can indeed use our cruisers with Strikecraft and flak cannons. I'm really starting to think that maybe just pure phase disruptors might be better. But we now have the Devastator torpedoes, which do a lot of extra damage to armor. So, we have disruptors and flak, we have disruptors, Strikecraft, and flak, along with Devastator torpedoes. Yeah, the cruisers are so 50-50. That's one of the problems, I think. I think focusing on one or the other is probably best, and I've sort of gone down the middle, so we're going to split our damage on armor and hull. But of course, then once the armor's gone down, the hull is just going to instantly melt. But I am starting to think that maybe just pure phase disruptors and stuff like that would be better. Sorry, phased disruptors. Of course, then we do have a lot of battleships, and we are just using the Cloud Lightnings. Well, we'll see how this goes. The thing is, I can't remember the numbers on the enemy. Like, is it 50% armor, 50% hull? If that's the case, maybe anti-armor with so much DPS is better. Though, if the enemy are 75% armor and 25% hull, then just ignoring that armor, of course, would be a much better idea, at least in my head it is. So, we'll see how it goes. For now, this is what I'm sticking with. If we have time to convert ourselves, if we need to, we will, but I think even if we're not exactly 100% optimal, this should be much better than last time, which is good considering ×5 difficulty. The Swarm is going to utterly destroy one of our biggest enemies, and, well, they have some force, at least. What would be the easiest way to get there? Could we jump, maybe, from here over? Otherwise, we're going to have to go all the way over to this wormhole. Oh my god, that is so far away. Okay, well, obviously we need to get moving right now, regardless. So let's just... Yeah, my god, gateways would have been better. I know how to get them as well, I just always forget because I don't normally use them. As soon as we get to there, make a jump to there. Okay, it's not as bad as I first thought, but still, just go as fast as you can. I'll make some corvettes in the background somewhere. Where's our closest shipyard? In fact, no, there's 3 shipyards right here, so I'll start making some corvette swarms since they can catch up nice and quickly. Apparently I messed up and I didn't actually give the corvettes torpedoes, they were using regular missiles. Now they're swapping over. They have arrived. Well, have fun with that, lads.
Our swarm is strengthened.
We can sense you. Your mind is as ours. Can we not coexist? Who are these hunters you speak of? Death. They have made us the last of our kind, and they have hunted us, the survivors, for eons. They'll come here one day. We must feed until then, so that we can flee back into the darkness between galaxies. Survivors, we are the last. We will silence your mind. Okay, how strong are their fleets then? These are the starter. Oh my god, 169k each. Remember, these are the smaller fleets. So, yeah, let's have a look at you then. Let's have a look at your numbers. Okay, so you are definitely more hull. Almost double, in fact, exactly double, so... That's annoying. So maybe the anti-armor would have been a better idea, I don't know. Not going to do the math right now. Either way, we're on our way. Slowly. Actually, not too slowly. We'll be there soon. So here are the second waves. Yep. You know, just 390k fleets. Oh god, we're gonna have to really pick our fights. At least I can now use our allies' gateways. Well, not allies, but they've allowed us to enter, oddly enough, because, well, they're being devoured. And although we also want to devour them eventually, these are a bigger threat. Oh god, I've already got through here as well. This is going to be so difficult. Yep, I understand that a lot of our sectors are going to break. Thankfully, with a grand fleet, we are just about making money still, which is honestly impressive. I did not expect that. So huzzah for our economy. I think we've maxed out our leaders as well. I've already traded away any non-essential scientists. Oh no, we can have one more leader. Let's go with you. I do like me aggressive. Wow, the Queen was instantly killed there. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird fight. We've actually jumped into this fight, meaning we're currently doing 50% minus damage. I've also had a second look at the enemy, and I've deduced that we should have more flak. Well, we should have more point defense, perhaps not even flak, because even the swarmers are using missiles. Of course they are. That's what goes through shields. So more point defense. I also now truly believe that ignoring the armor is probably best. Damaging the armor and the health. By the looks of things, they heal like we do, so they have 2 points to heal from, which isn't exactly good. Still though, this jump was needed because all the other ways were essentially 3 or 4 groups of 309k, or 390k, whatever it actually was. So all new ships will have more just which goes after hull, and more point defense. Okay, good. First group dead. Sorry lads though, but you're about to be devoured. But still, okay, that's one dealt with. Over here is way too much, over here is nothing. Let's go after the nothingness for now. Just keep on going after the smaller swarms. I'm making more and more fleet stuff in the background. We have enough money to do that. So this is our first wave. We should have a second wave ready soon. Well, we just got ambushed. And that is why we need more flak. I wonder where our guys are going. Oh yeah, they're derping up and going this way. People keep on telling me that the AI for the drones are really bad, and my lord, they are. They really are. We can take so much damage before we even get there because of that. Go on, get in the fight already, lads. I'm also no longer using those in future designs on a side note, so yeah. How strong is the Queen? Hard to say. How's the fight going? Not as good as last time. Half our fleets weren't even in the fight to begin with, sadly. Okay, good. Our forces are now finally getting there. Now, the enemy don't have point defense, or at least I can't see any point defense. So our swarmers should be alive for longer than theirs. Theirs should eventually be taken down. Ours should continue the fight. Okay, now the fight's going well. Queen just went down. Yeah, we're definitely going to be victorious, but that has cost us a lot. I can already tell because we're back into positive minerals. We have 3 fully fledged stations currently all working constantly. This is only wave 1 of ours. I now have 5 stations all making ships constantly, and in fact I've even upgraded 2 of them. There we are, lots of their missiles are being stopped. Yep, I really do think more point defense, definitely worth it. Also, what I'm noticing is a lot of enemies are dying before their armor is even depleted. And that's with the mixed group, so yeah, the armor stuff was not a good idea at all. It's not terrible, and against the stations, which have loads of hull and loads of armor, it's actually pretty good, but against most of the other stuff, it really does seem like just ignoring the armor altogether is better. Oh, you managed to fight off the invaders. You, on the other hand, are losing to them. Okay, we need ground forces. We do have loads of ground forces, I just didn't bring them because I didn't think about it. All of you, if you could get to here, that would be great, thank you. Until then, we just need to keep on fighting off the fleets wherever we see them. Or at least see an opening where they're not all clumped together. Yep, oh, this one, yes, this one, be careful of. Once again, we have been ambushed, but thankfully it was the splitting of this group. Now I'm hoping the rest aren't oh no, they definitely are. Okay, we are losing our fleets. Now thankfully, we do currently have hit and run, which means most of our ships will survive, but they will be out of action for quite some time. I just want to do as much damage as possible. I am of the firm belief we can make new units faster than they can. They don't have any infested worlds just yet. They will soon though, but right now I feel like it is best if we just allow this suicide attack to go through. Do as much damage as you can. Kill as many things as possible. Well, it was closer than expected. One of the 4 groups had been completely destroyed. One is very weak, and actually no, 2 of them are very weakened. I still feel like we're losing this. I mean, they still have a 200k force here made of the swarmlings, which are definitely the more dangerous ones with how we're currently set up. But still. So much lightning. Yep, 1 more down. Oh, one of our fleets just teleported out completely. Just keep on going. Some of our fleets are now en route anyway to start helping out. Our second wave is almost ready.
Planetary infestation begun.
There we are, one of our planets is saved. The enemies are massively damaged. I'm also now converting all of these stations into shipyards. With how fast we lose our ships, we are getting loads of money almost consistently now. As you can see, these 2 groups have a lot of flak. A lot of flak and a lot of regular point defense. They're much weaker than the enemy, but I want to see just how good it is. They're also armed only with phase disruptors for damage, meaning that they're ignoring armor. Now, sadly, there are some torpedoes mixed in because I haven't converted all of them over yet. We have some of the older variants with the autocannons and missiles, but yeah, as you can see, devastating the targets despite the fleet power differences, and that's because lots and lots of point defense. I'm afraid your swarm is useless. Yep, so I think I've learned how to fight these guys now. Loads of point defense. And lots upon lots of anti-hull stuff. Although torpedoes are still pretty cool. Also, just a reminder, during those last 2 fights, our lovely corvettes here had minus 50% speed and minus 50% damage because the jump wasn't active yet. Ambushed again. Yeah, there's way too many enemies here. On the upside, their swarm won't last forever in this fight, but yeah. Do I retreat here? Maybe this would be the better opportunity. Still, you've done some damage, you've killed a couple, which is surprising on its own considering how many targets there are. I'm tempted just to leave them just to see how good the point defense is, but yeah, this is just an overwhelming force. Our forces once again are now mixing together into a lovely death ball, and because of that, we need some more money because we are now poor. Okay. All of you are good and ready to counter this. Sadly, none of our Titans survived, and honestly, I don't have time to remake them. They're very, very expensive. We're just making all the basic stuff. Once again, all our groups are now forming. We have 2 more groups on the way, one of which should be almost finished. Okay. But I think I may attack now, though. I need to start pushing them back again. They've started to replenish their numbers, and they have split a lot. So as soon as these guys have their jump cooldown, we're going to try and kill as many as we can. Okay, all of you have leaders. Only one of you currently has the jump cooldown, I believe. Yep, only one, and that's fine. Let's go straight for the enemy fleet. You should really, really beat them, because we beat them before when we were much weaker. Now we are much stronger. And we hard counter. Well, we counter as well as I can see, anyway. There we are. Look at those swarms being devastated by the point defense. They will not last long at all. Still got lots of battleships because I just love the lightning so much. A few ships still haven't been upgraded, but only a few. As you can see, their armor is staying intact, whereas their health is rapidly diminishing. Perfect. We probably lost very little there. How much did we lose? Destroyer, some corvettes, 2 cruisers. Yeah, not much at all. Considering how many we have there, that was just a fraction of the force. Yeah, either way is bad here, isn't it? Let's go this way then. Go there. Rendezvous there, so you're all together, then continue. Hopefully we can push back a load of these forces. We also have loads of landing forces ready, so we can try and save some of these planets. The enemy swarms are very sturdy. Wow, the lightning always goes for the broodmother first. Well, sorry, the queen. These are the broodmothers, that's the queen. Oh, these are coming from our strike craft. Well, the enemy strike craft. Okay. That's annoying. Still takes so long to kill them all. Stick together. That was good. Since that was them splitting up, we lost less than we had to. And apparently this planet has been invaded. And I wasn't paying attention. No force actually there, though, so just jump in. Land, and we can save that for our allies. These swarms are definitely the most dangerous. Just loads of swarmlings. They seem to do way more damage. Thankfully, now with point defense, their missiles at least are being turned off. Oh no, that's the flak we're seeing. Okay, now I see what those shots are. So it's the flak hitting the swarm. Okay. Oh no, don't go for that. Where are you going? Fight these guys. Where are you going? Why are you going after the construction vessel when there's something trying to kill you? Fear the wrath of lightning, anyway. Okay, good. Now focus on these fellows, please. Now, point defense isn't as good as regular... Sorry, flak is not as good as regular point defense, I believe, versus missiles. But that's why I've got a mix. There's the flak variant, and there's the regular variant. Are they heading towards us? Yes, they are. Well, on the upside, their ally is already dead, so it's just us versus them. And my god, we are running out of money quickly. All stockpiles are now drained. What we have is what we have. Of course, there's lots of enemy forces, and we will be losing ships constantly, but we're also remaking them in the background. That's the thing. It's actually one group almost finished. Lovely. Continue to group up. Let's take this system. Or should I take this system? There's got 2 of them. Fighting 2 of them at once is dangerous, but it might be for the best. Nope, they're about to come to us. Okay, they're actually splitting. Oh, you, move. Move now. Transport fleet, get out of there. They melt against our lightning. Well, that hurt. We were just beginning to bombard this planet, and then this group came out of nowhere and just ambushed 2 of our smaller fleets. One of which had 2 Titans, after I fused 2 of the older, damaged fleets. Oh, that was a waste. On the upside, this is 1 more force, which is now going to be just destroyed. Yeah, okay, now back to bombarding the planet. We need these planets to be gone. I don't know if these are actually what do indeed spawn the units, or if it's their stations, but either way, it can't be good. So let's get rid of that, and then we continue. They are actually running out of forces now. We are doing way better than I thought we were. Okay, you're gone. Lovely. Get back to bombarding the planet, please. It looks like the planet might, in fact, be what spawns their ground forces, these guys. Since several of them just escaped from it. Although, there is apparently a fleet here. Whoa, that's a very strong fleet. Is that the strongest single fleet I've seen before? Maybe it is. Okay, we have this force, which should assist us soon, probably before the fight's over. We could jump them, but then that'll make them so much weaker, it's not really worth it. Though saying that, are they even going to get there in time? You definitely wouldn't get there in time, so jump. We need this fleet to survive. Though it looks like we're doing fine anyway. Behold, hard counters! So much lightning. Oh, they're coming through the gateway! There. It's the only place they could possibly be going through, which I can't see. Or there. Yeah, this whole thing is controlled by the scourge, so most likely it's this one. They're over here. They have more forces than I thought, basically. That's not good. Well, at least we're killing a lot of them right now, so that's good. Oh, and my camera is glitching. That's always good as well. We keep on getting interrupted. Okay, all of you, please enter the fight as well. That would be great. The more of you are there, the more flak we have, the faster we can defeat them. Oh, that is not fair. Okay, a 411k fleet has also joined the fight. Thankfully, the first one was just defeated, so it's only us versus them, but of course we are already damaged. Our fleets are also joining the fight as well, although I'm tempted just to leave one of you to bombard. Look how close we are. And it does heal. You know what? Yeah, you just attack that if possible. Don't get into the fight. Okay, no, never mind. You're getting into the fight. Well, we're about to lose a lot of stuff. Well, we lost essentially all of our forces there. I've just once again used up all of our resources, and now I'm making a new fleet again. We killed a lot. We did kill a lot, but yeah, nowhere near enough. I mean, we must have killed at least 3 fleets and then damaged these heavily. We just need to get back into the fight faster. A fight slightly earlier than expected, but this group was on its own, and well, we had to take the chance. And you should be on aggressive. Yep, there we are. That's going to be one more group dead. There's one there, so once again, one on its own. I feel like the worlds and these horrible things, the star bases, really need to be taken out. I don't know exactly what bonuses they give to them, but they definitely keep on coming back, and they must be coming from something. Well, this looks like a mess because it kind of is. We've got all of our forces from nearby together at once. I was about to start sorting them out and mixing them together and stuff, but then, well, lots of forces everywhere. They really focus on the Queen. Okay, well that's one more dead group. Oh, no, we are being attacked from the back as well. Well, that's just fantastic. They really are everywhere. I was about to go here and try and take out this, but apparently this is now happening. So, you guys turn around. Yep. Good. Okay, we will kill both groups, but we will lose 2 of our groups in the process. Worth it, but annoying. Excellent, our allies are actually doing some damage. Fantastic, we're about to take out the planet over here. That makes 2 less planets they have. Then we can go after one of their other broods over here, which is currently on its own. Or we could try and push this way. That would leave this one kind of just here, but I think perhaps going like this might be better. Yeah, we've trimmed down their numbers again at the moment. Wow, we are about to become broke again, though. That's... oh, that's not good either. Okay, we are kind of at the limit of our force power at the moment. Is it dead yet? Is it dead yet? Is it dead yet? We just ended up destroying 4 of the enemy fleets, and by the looks of things, there's this one over here, but then that's it. So what I think we should do... what should we do? Should we clean up this and then move out, or should we move out and try and go for the next planet? I think right now is a good time to go for the next planet. This would take out one of the infested planets and a station. Okay, my other forces are getting very close now to being finished as well, so I can come and reinforce very, very soon. Okay, a force just spawned here. So I'm assuming then it is indeed the station, so we really do need to go after the stations more. Yep, look, one to spawn there as well. Stations. There's no infested planet, so either they're just teleporting in and they're able to just appear, or they're using the stations. Lovely, all sorted out now. Sadly, the enemy is about to attack us again. Otherwise, I would have went straight up there. Now, you can move as well, please. That would be great. So, we deal with this enemy, then we take out this, so we don't need to go back on ourselves again. Then we take out this section, then we can focus on here. We've finally started to push them back. Those are just so gross. Lovely, though. Look at that. We've cleaned the whole area. Okay, forces, get your butts over there. And yes, I do indeed have a scientist now, because I'm gathering all that lovely, lovely tech. Now, we have enough unity for one of these. No, we just need to save it up so that we can have these on constantly. Don't want to spend... we're still on minus, even with all of that on, so clearly we need more. I mean, honestly, what I could be doing now is building some more anchorages. That wouldn't be terrible. Up our naval capacity, because at the moment, that's why everything's so expensive. Swarm strikers are interesting, since they do indeed ignore the enemy armor, which is pretty cool. Well, at least they ignore 66% of it. And then the large scourge missiles are essentially really powerful torpedoes. Not something I'm going to use now, but at least we're actually going to have access to it by the looks of things. Oh, although I did just accidentally turn off our research. There we go. 2 fleets just came through the gateway. So they are still spawning over here then. We have a few more forces ourselves, thankfully heading our way to reinforce. And we should win this fight still. Yep. Definitely. We can capture a queen. The wounded queen. What is that? Is it for tech, or... what do we get here for this? Yep, the Scourge event has now officially ended, meaning we have indeed won the game. As for the queen, I don't know how to find it. It seems like I don't have the special mission to do so. So I'm just kind of sitting here now, a bit confused. After looking around for a while, I can't find anything to do with that queen, so I'm afraid I'm going to be calling it here. I don't know how to find it. Perhaps it's ended because we've fully defeated the Scourge. I really, really don't know. It's a shame as well, because it sounded quite interesting. I will try to avoid spoilers about it, just in case we see it again, but most likely I will know what it is by next time. But with that, we have defeated the game for the last time, and this time I promise it is, because already it is now Sunday the 2nd of December, that is, and the DLC is out on the 6th. And by the time this is edited and uploaded, it will most likely be the 4th or 5th, because of how long it takes to upload these videos. Hopefully the 3rd, if I get lucky. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. The DLC is out very, very soon, and I can't wait to see just how bad we are at it. Either way, thank you, and goodbye.